What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 6 big tech stocks. But before we dive into this video, hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel, get all my real-time call-outs, 3 days of live trading, my swing trade ideas, my daily trade ideas, and whatever I do throughout the day in the stock market, share all that for my Patreon member. Definitely check out my Patreon and also my Discord. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And right now, if you join annually for 1 year, I'm going to throw in extra 1 month free of charge only if you're joining for the whole year. So you're gonna get 13 months, and that offer will last until May 1st. So go ahead and check it out. And also you're gonna get that 10%. On top of that, another extra month, so almost like 20%, guys. And now let's get right into it with Amazon, which is down 4% on Friday, and Amazon again holding 104 as a support. And yes, with the earnings, this is not a good move on Amazon, but also we have a bull trend on Amazon. We have all the moving averages here on Amazon positively sloping to the upside, and this is a bullish looking trend on Amazon, and we could see Amazon going up only if the stock can hold 104 as a support, which is a big level on Amazon stock. And that was that breakout that we got right here. And now this thing can definitely move higher all the way up to 109, and that could come early as Monday morning. But Amazon needs to hold 104. Below that, we also have support right here, 103.34, white line 20 SMA. And if that gives up, guys, that should be your stop on Amazon. This thing will roll over and come all the way down to $98 and then $97 where we held before. Amazon can hold 104. Then we're going to see a push in the short term, 106 right here, blue line 5 SMA, and a quick trip all the way up to 109. And once we can get above 109, more upside all the way up to 114 on Amazon stock. And now we're going to look at Tesla. On Tesla stock, it's up 2.57%, and I've been calling it out in my video in last few days that Tesla here due for a dead cat bounce before coming down and closing this gap at 146.41. And we got 2 green days back to back on Tesla. And in my last video, I said Tesla can hold 161, which was this blue line 5 SMA. We're going to see Tesla pushing higher and possibly going up to 167. And look at this, guys. On Friday, another green day on Tesla, got up to 165, and now it's trading above 160.29 blue line 5 SMA. So on a pullback going into Monday on Tesla, support 160.29 blue line 5 SMA, and if that gives up, 155 to even 150, where this lower Bollinger Band is sitting right now. So it's moving down. Also to the upside, Tesla likes to run Monday. If there is a dip down to 160 and that holds, I'm buying this dip, day trading Tesla, and this thing can get up to 167, and that would be a zone to short Tesla unless this thing breaks 167. Then more upside, 171.76 orange line 13 SMA to even 177, the gap on top aligned with this white line 20 SMA. So key level to watch going into Monday, 160, and that is going to be a dip buy. But below that, Tesla can come down 155, 150. And now we're going to look at Google. On Google stock, absolutely flat day on Friday, but we have a bull trend on Google, and so far it's holding critical level, and dip buyers are buying that dip right off of this white line 20 SMA. Unfortunately, I missed the dip on Friday. I mean, Lotos here on Google stock would have been great on Friday, guys. I mean, look at this. Getting a bounce right off of this white line 20 SMA, sitting at 106, 106 low for the day, and then what happened? $2 up all the way up to 108.22, and that's where Google stock closed on Friday. So going into next week on Monday, On a pullback, watch out for the support at 106. Also, critical support at 105, and that was that breakout. Below that, we will also have support at 103 and then flat 100. To the upside, Google stock can actually break 110. We're going to see more upside, possibly up to even 120, and that could be coming not Monday, but very soon. Once we get this Bollinger Band to move higher, we see this Bollinger Band expanding higher, guys, and that's when we're going to see a bigger move here on Google stock all the way up to 120. As of right now, Monday, I think it's going to stay in between 110, 111, and at the lower end, watch out for 105, 106. So if it's right here, that is a dip buy. If it's right here, it's a short zone on Google stock. And now we're going to look at Meta. On Meta, it's up 0.74% on Friday, so another green day on Meta. And this thing here, guys, it's not stopping. I mean, look at all these gaps. Yes, we have another huge gap on top, and this thing can go there, but look at all these gaps Meta leaving behind, and that is insanity, guys. And that's why I said it in my last video that I'm not touching this stock. I'm not buying unless there is a significant pullback on Meta. I'm not even shorting it, guys. I'm not doing anything here on Meta. Let it run, let it go wherever the stock wants to go. But if you're trading, watch out next week. 237, that's where we got rejected before, and that is gonna be a strong support on Meta. Below that, we have upper Bollinger Band, 233. Watch for that level, and then we could be coming all the way down to 220 on Meta, which I don't see happening going into this week. To the upside, Meta can hold 237. Maybe some consolidation here for another few days, and then another leg up all the way up to 248, and that is possible on Meta. So on Microsoft, one thing I want to show you guys, and this is why market is bullish, and if there is a pullback here in the market, not only here on Microsoft, in the market, that is worth looking at it, because crash videos are coming. Does not mean that market is going to crash anytime soon. Yes, we could see a 5, 6, even 10% pullback, and that's not going to be a crash. What do you see here on this chart, monthly chart on Microsoft? We got a massive bull flag, and this is a big breakout on Microsoft, and it's not too far away from hitting a new all-time high, not a 52-week high, a new all-time high, guys. So Microsoft, if there is a pullback, I would say down here to retest top of this flag. If that happens somehow around 250, I mean, that is almost impossible to think right now that is going to happen. But if there is a pullback down to like 250, 260, that is going to be an insane dip buying opportunity on Microsoft, not right now. Another thing I want to point out right here, which I shared this chart before it happened, Tesla, guys. Tesla here on this daily chart. We had this bullish falling wedge, and look at this breakout. We got the breakout, and now there could be more upside. I just wanted to share with you guys that, these charts, they never lie. If you can read the chart and you know exactly what you're doing in the market, market will make you money. So on Microsoft, it's up 0.80%, almost 1% for the day. But this thing got a pullback because it was trading well above the upper Bollinger Band, which is sitting at 303, and the stock got up to almost 309. Now I said it in my last video, the next target above 300, that would be 310, and we got very close to it, guys. So going into next week on Monday, this thing needs a pullback. I'm not shorting Microsoft, but I think it needs a pullback at least down to, I would say, 294. And that could be coming very soon on Microsoft. Now, Microsoft stock, we have support at 300, 303, upper Bollinger Band, and we have resistance at 310, and I think it's going to trade in between 300 and 310 going into next week on Monday. Below 300, watch out for the support at 294, and then we will also have support down here at 293. blue line 5 SMA, and then strong support, the breakout with the earnings 290. That would be a dip buy if you want to day trade or swing trade Microsoft, and if there is a pullback down to 290, that should hold. That is a strong support on Microsoft. But if Microsoft can hold 300, we could see a move back up to 310, and there is going to be more upside on Microsoft above 310. And now we're going to look at Apple, which is up 0.75%, and I've been talking about it, and I said it in my last video on Thursday night that Apple holding above 165 and now closing at 168. Definitely going into Friday, Apple can easily hit 170, and this thing got up to 169.85, only 15 cents away from hitting 170. Already hitting upper Bollinger Band, getting a bit overextended. So Apple stock here, guys, we have earnings next week, and we have support at 168, 166, 165, critical support, white line 20 SMA, and we have a full bull trend on Apple stock. It's not going to just die and roll over easily. So if you're shorting, be careful on Apple stock. To the upside on Apple, this Bollinger Band needs to expand all the way up to 175, 176, and then, like I said before, we could see a new 52-week high on Apple stock, and that could be coming with some good earnings. Now with bad earnings, even with bad earnings, last two earnings from Apple wasn't that great, but this thing had a monstrous run all the way up to 170, and now this earnings, this thing cannot go lower. I don't see Apple breaking below 158, 157, even with bad earnings, guys. I mean, yes, this thing will be extremely oversold, and Apple stock will never stay oversold for too long. This is a market maker. This is a market mover. This is the stock to buy always if there is a big dip on Apple stock, but it's not going to happen anytime soon, because look at this. Lower Bollinger Band moved up, sitting close to 161. By Monday, this Bollinger Band will move even higher, so it's going to find support around 161, 160, and below that we got a small gap here at 158, also a line with this red line 50 SMA. So we got a lot of support on Apple stock before coming down and crashing all the way down to 150 to 146 to fill this gap down here. And if this thing, with some good earnings, we could see, 190, 200 on Apple stock. Right now, Apple stock ran so much that the move needs to digest. This thing needs to come down at least a little bit. I would say down to 160. That is what I like to see. Even though the stock is bullish, I need to see a pullback on Apple stock down to 160. That would be a healthy level to maybe swing trade Apple stock with some good earnings. But if there is a gap up here on Apple stock in top of this massive run, definitely, guys, Apple going to 190 in next few weeks with some good earnings, and that is possible. And look at this market cap also moving higher, 2.68 trillion. So with some good earnings, this thing can easily hit $3 trillion market cap. So Apple stock definitely on a monstrous run, and this run can only continue with some good earnings. If not, it could be sell the news. This thing can get down to 165, like I said, and that is going to be a key level to hold, white line 20 SMA, and then 160, where I like to see a pullback on Apple stock, possibly down to 158, 157, and that was that breakout on Apple stock. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night, everybody.